the spread of Christianity. The spread of Christianity was a major development during the medieval period. It was a religious faith based on the life and teachings of Jesus Christ. The Bible is the holy book of the Christians. It has been divided into two parts, Old Testament and the New Testament. In chapter 1, you have read that Christianity did not fade away with the crucifixion of Jesus. After Jesus died, his teachings were spread by his followers, notably Saint John and Saint Paul. It was Saint Paul who played an active role in spreading Christianity in the Roman Empire. He was the first to encourage non-Jews to become Christians. The spread of Christianity in the Roman Empire invited the wrath, means the anger of the rulers. Some emperors such as Nero and Diocletian saw Christianity as rebels because they refused to worship the Roman gods. And so thousands were arrested and tortured and many were killed. After that we have the Emperor Constantine. You can check here, the Emperor Constantine. Emperor Constantine. The persecution of the Christians ended in the 4th century BC when Emperor Constantine became the first Roman to embrace Christianity. He took several methods to help and spread Christianity. The major methods were he granted Christians the freedom to worship, gave important job to the Christians, and declared Sunday as a public holiday and built many churches. So these were some of the methods that he took to spread Christianity. Now we move on with the emperor, that is the shift of the capital. The shift of the capital, we can call it as in 330 CE, Emperor Constantine shifted the capital from Rome to the ancient city of Byzantine. This was because he believed that the Roman emperor had become too big to administer efficiently. The new capital was named Constantinople, or you can call it the modern Istanbul. It became a major commercial center. Constantinople would later become the capital of the Eastern Roman Empire, which would be known as the Byzantine Empire. In 391 CE, one of the Constantine's successors, Emperor Theodosius, made Christianity the official religion of the Roman Empire. Now we move on with the medieval Europe. In the medieval Europe, witness a number of events that change a number of events. First of all, decline of the ancient Roman Empire, rise of feudalism, rise of the church as the most important institution, the rise of Islam and the Crusades. Now first we see the decline of ancient Roman Empire. Around 200 CE, the Roman Empire began to decline. There were many causes for the decline of the empires such as the corrupt rulers, frequent outbreak of civil wars, infighting among the soldiers and so on. However, the chief cause of the decline was attack by the Germanic tribe such as the Visigoth, Ostrogoth, Vandals and Franks. The Romans called them barbarians because they plundered the treasures, killed and enslaved many Roman and destroyed many buildings. The final blow came in 476 CE when Visigoth chief called Odoacer made himself the king of Italy and forced the last emperor of the Rome to give up his crown. Many historians consider this to be the end of the Roman Empire, but by around 500 CE, the barbarians had carved out their own independent kingdoms and settled down. The last barbarian kingdom was created by the Franks. Now, what were the impacts that was led by the barbarians? The barbarians' invasion left Rome a city of ruins. First of all, the invasion weakened the authority of the Roman rulers because they failed to challenge these invaders. Trade declined due to violent political conditions. The most important impact of this invasion was the rise of and spread of feudalism, which lasted in various forms across the Europe for hundreds of years. So we can call it feudalism, left for hundreds of years. Now we will explain what really is feudalism. After the fall of the Roman Empire in the 5th century CE, there were very few kings in Europe who could afford to maintain a strong standing army. So the king granted portions of the land to the nobles, and in return the nobles promised the loyalty and protection. That is, you have to raise an army of the knights and fight for the kings. The kings became the landlords and the nobles became the vassals. The nobles gave land to the knights in return for fighting battles, and the nobles thus became the lords of the knights. The peasant farmed on the land of the knights and the nobles in return for protection against the enemy attacks. The serfs occupied the lowest rung among the peasants. Unlike the peasant, the serfs were bonded labor and led a miserable life. This system of granting land on the condition of service was called feudalism. So today we end only with feudalism. Next topic we will deal. Please go through the chapter and read and try to answer the question. Have a good day. God bless you.